What do you think is going on here?
So this is the day, this is sort of the reality check that we've all been, waiting for. If you actually look at the fundamentals, this is not a good thing for Coinbase. This is a bad thing for Coinbase, right? They were basically about to, cannibalize their most profitable business.
But he seems happy. He seems like he's taking a victory lap. He says, we're going to be the custodian. I thought that was an interesting choice of words for a lot of these funds.
So they are the custodian, and it's a very, it's a very good point. He's right about this, but the fees that they get for AUM, so they get about 5 basis points, we estimate, to be the custodian. That's trading off 250 basis points. That's 2.5% for spot Bitcoin trading. So they're giving up a really profitable business to get into like a non-profitable business.
And just to be clear, so for those people, there's plenty of them out there who have bought their Bitcoin on Coinbase in the past. They're basically charging 2.5% to do so?
Yeah, they're trying to buy, to sell, and now there's an alternative. Now you can do it anywhere. You can do it somewhere else.
What you say raises an important point, not to take this off, we'll bring it back to Coinbase, but a lot of people have said, because there's been the celebration for those who are going to offer these products, obviously, that they're finally approved, but can they actually make money? You already have 11 different options to pick from. As you said, do you think that they can offer low management fees for these ETFs or ETPs for something that Coinbase was charging 2.5% on transactions for previously?
So I think that now the massive price contraction or deflation in Bitcoin trading, that era has ushered today. I think that's what's going to exactly end up happening. We've always been warning about price compression in crypto trading. Today marks the day when this is really starting, and that's why the stock is trading down.
Why is it so much more expensive, if I could put it that way, to trade Bitcoin than it is to trade other stocks, for instance?
On spot?
On these exchanges, on spot, yes.
On the spot?
Yeah.
It's like, it's because they can. Because they were the only name in town, right? So you have FTX, which doesn't exist anymore. You've got, Binance, which, is in trouble. So they're really the only, up until now, Coinbase was the only name in town, the only kind of legitimate way in America to trade Bitcoin. So they were able to raise prices, which they did earlier last year, and they could. Going forward, they're not going to be able to do that. This is why this moment is so important, that's why it's not a good day for Coinbase, because pricing is coming down.
And we've talked about this before, and I've said, well, what about those, let's call them Bitcoin purists, or maybe a lot of the people who hold it now who might say, you know what, I'm just going to leave it on Coinbase. They're the trusted name. It gives me this feeling of self-custody, even if that's not maybe exactly what's going on. That's part of the appeal of Bitcoin is kind of its decentralized nature and not owning an ETF to own it by proxy. Can't Coinbase do okay if people just continue to hold it on their platform?
And that's a great question. They only make money when you trade in and out. So if you just sit there and say, I'm not touching it, I think it's a 10-year thing, they hold it for you, but they don't make money. They make money when there's volatility. And this is exactly what's going away starting today.
And we've already seen the shares reset since the end of December. How much further downside do you think there could be?
I have a $54 price target, so I see, is ample a good word? I see ample downside from here, a lot of downside.
And would you extend that, even though they're probably the pure play, would you extend that to any other parts of the fintech world that have previously benefited from kind of the fees they can charge for crypto trading?
Actually, I see the opposite for Robinhood, for example. We talk a lot about Robinhood. So Robinhood can actually benefit from trading the ETF, right? So a lot of people are going to come to Robinhood to trade those ETF. So what's better, to be the custodian or the guy that benefits from actually trading the ETF? That's why there's beneficiaries of that trend as well.